Video game wise, the new Alone in the Dark.
Oh yeah, that came
Yeah,
out.
that came out. That is out. That's been out. Came out while we were at PAX, I do
Yeah,
believe.
and you got a
I
review
got a review
copy.
code on PC. Um, so I don't know where, like, I don't know why this game exists. Like, Alone in the Dark's a cool, like, piece of history. It predates Resident Evil, but it does everything that the original Resident Evil was doing before it was doing it. So, like, but Alone in the Dark just kind of fizzled away and kind of died off as a franchise. And to sort of come back to it and like remake it without remaking it, but then also like this game stars David Harbour, which is extremely
For
weird.
some reason, yeah.
Yeah, like when this scene first popped up in the game, like, man, they really want you to think that's David Harbour, and then he starts talking, and you're like, oh, that is David Harbour. And she's an actress too. I forget what her name is,
Hmm.
but she was in it's a BBC show that I forget. It's gonna kill me until I look it up. So please bear with me for a second. Uh, Jodie Comer. She's
Okay.
in.
Oh wow, Jodie Comer. Okay, that's right.
Yeah, she. Who's the Killing Eve? That's what.
Mm-hmm.
Killing Eve. She stars in
Killing
Killing
Eve.
Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was in The Last Duel. I don't know if anyone saw that movie.
Oh
The
my
Yeah.
god,
Yeah.
she's in Free Guy.
She's in Free Guy. Yeah, she's in Free Guy, and she was the sort of the main woman of Last Duel, the last Ridley Scott movie that came out.
Hmm.
Um, so, anyways, this game is a weird uh,
Look at.
remake of
Hold on.
yeah.
Look at this freaking face.
Yeah.
Yeah, David Harbour's in your face.
Looks
Uh,
like Alan Wake 1.
yeah. A cool thing is it actually does have skins that you can make the two main characters look like how they did in the original Alone in the Dark.
Huh.
Doesn't change anything else. It just makes them look like their Alone in
Hmm.
the Dark 1 models, low poly nonsense. It's kind of cool. It's cool because this game is both a remake and not a remake. It kind of hits a lot of the story beats and characters are brought into it that were in uh Alone in the Dark 1, but then like also characters and concepts from like following games make an appearance in it, and it's definitely its own story, but its setup and general story
Hmm.
are kind of identical. You're going to Deserto, the mansion, to find your missing uncle. And at the beginning, you choose between do you want to be David Harbour or an, Comer, uh, and
I'll write you, Comer.
it is a straight survival horror game at a time.
Hmm.
It's got all of the old Alone in the Darks, Resident Evil bullshit. It feels like Resident Evil 4 and the over the shoulder like it's as if you put Resident Evil 1 into Resident Evil 4, like that engine kind of thing. It plays like 4, but has all of the atmosphere of an original Resident Evil, or in this case, Alone in the Dark. It's leaning into the typical Alone in the Dark cult horror nonsense, and we always talk about it at our panel, but like for me, this is like a definitive 7 game. It's rough around the edges. It doesn't really.
Hmm.
It plays
Hmm.
cromulently.
Oh,
Um,
geez, you're throwing everything on there.
yeah, but like it's not doing anything particularly great. But I like the story. I like just a classic
Hmm.
horror video game, and they pulled it off. I don't think it's for everybody. I think you have to be a really big fan of the genre
Hmm.
to really love this game, but for me, it was the kind of game that I wanted right now. Like between playing like a massive game like like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and the absolute soul sucking gameplay of Balatro, like this kind of game I just kind of needed right now, and I'm glad I got to play it. I'm glad it exists. I'd have a hard time recommending it to a lot of people. Like I don't think like either of you would be super into this, but like I don't know. If you pine for the olden days of Resident Evil, like this, give it a look, because this is just like an old school Resident Evil in a lot of ways. So yeah, I enjoyed it. It's like I said, cromulent.
Good enough. It's good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.